My husband and I had been unable to have a child since we got married. When I learned that I was 4 months pregnant, I was very happy. I prepared a meal and went to my husband's company to share the good news. However, I was stopped by his chief secretary, Lily. She mistakenly thought that I was a servant trying to seduce my husband, so she scolded and beat me. She poured the food I had worked hard to prepare onto my head. The scalding hot soup made my scalp hurt terribly, and she also pressed the roast chicken onto my face. I curled up to protect my belly. I wanted to explain but was choked by the oil and couldn't say a word. At this moment, there was a knock on the door from my husband. I breathed a sigh of relief, thinking that I was saved. However, Lily just sneered and went to open the door. This bitch is trying to seduce Mr. Gates. I'm just teaching her a lesson. The secretaries at the door all had disdainful looks on their faces. Mr. Gates is a great man. That's why these bitches all want to seduce him. Lily snorted. I know. With that said, she looked at me with hostility while I was crawling pitifully on the ground. She then said disdainfully, some people just have no shame. I took out my phone with trembling hands in an attempt to give my husband a call. Suddenly, Lily's eyes turned cold as she stared at my phone. She then reached out and snatched my phone. Her eyes flashed as she glared at the back of my phone. It's obvious what you're trying to do. You've even bought a phone case that's coupled with Mr. Gates. She threw the phone on the ground forcefully and it shattered into pieces. You bitch. Lily grabbed me and kept on slapping me like some kind of angry lunatic. I was planning on letting you off this time, but now I've changed my mind. A bitch like you will never learn your lesson without any pain. I was thrown on the ground like some kind of rubbish. Girls, this woman dares to seduce Mr. Gates. How about we strip her clothes off? The other secretaries nodded in agreement and were about to pounce on me. I used all my strength and climbed towards the door. Then my hand began to hurt. Lily had stepped on my left hand. The pain was so excruciating that it made me scream. The other secretaries quickly came over and grabbed me. Lily squatted down and looked at me with playful eyes. You have a pretty face, but don't worry. I won't scratch your face at the moment. That's because I'm planning on taking photos of you naked and posting them on the internet. It'll be too bad if I scratch your face and other people won't be able to recognize you. My whole body was trembling. I tried to protect my belly, but couldn't move at all. Lily picked up a pair of scissors from nowhere and started cutting my dress. I didn't dare move or scream. I was scared that she would accidentally harm the child in my womb. Soon, my dress was in pieces, and parts of my body were exposed. You whore, no wonder you had the courage to seduce Mr. Gates. You really do have a good figure. At some point, a large crowd had gathered at the door. Though most of them watched with indifferent eyes, a few people with a sense of justice stepped forward to dissuade Lily. Lily, that's enough. If someone really gets killed, it will be difficult to explain to Mr. Gates. Lily, however, was unconcerned, poking my forehead with her long nails. She's just a servant trying to seduce Mr. Gates. As Mr. Gates's secretary, isn't it my duty to handle any trouble around him? The person tried to say more, but Lily's expression turned stern. Are you sure you want to side with this bitch and oppose me, one of Mr. Gates' most trusted employees? Upon hearing this, the person hesitated and dared not say anything further. Lily, this woman seems to be pregnant. An observant secretary pointed at my stomach and
Click the
shouted.
link in my
Lily's
bio
face
to get
became
the
sharp
full
as she
story for
quickly walked
free.
up to me.